by data. When you think about it, it's absolutely astronomical and unbelievable, the amount of data that's coming online every day. So just to get a little warmed up this morning, let's get a little interactive and do some quizzes. How many emails, anybody in the audience can answer, do you think are sent every day worldwide? Some guesses.
Trillion.
More than 100 million? Raise your hands.
Oh, yeah.
More than 500 million?
Yeah.
More than 1 billion? More than 2 billion? Fewer hands in the audience. That's right. More than 2 billion emails are sent every single day. And let's take a random day on Facebook, maybe not so random, New Year's Eve. How many photos were uploaded to Facebook on New Year's Eve? More than 200 million? More than 300 million? 400 million? 750 million photos were uploaded to Facebook on New Year's Eve. And finally, just in the time I've been talking right now, a couple of minutes, over 200,000 tweets were sent. The deluge of data is absolutely overwhelming. To further illustrate it, check out this chart of the amount of data coming online from 1995. Look at that curve, absolutely exponential. And of course, as you saw, oh my FG, we'll use the acronym because we're polite. Wow, there's just so much data online. The tools to deal with this data now, they're all about curation. So if you think about Twitter, how many in the audience use Twitter? Great, that's awesome, all thought leaders here. Well, Twitter is a great way to get information from thought leaders. In fact, I don't open newspapers anymore. Every morning right now, I open up my Twitter feed, and I get all the news I need to know to stay relevant in Silicon Valley. If you think about Facebook, again, it's all about curation. It's about others picking content to show me, others sifting through the deluge of data, and saying, hey Doug, check this out. Or here's a fun movie clip, or here's a great article you should read. Again, all about curation, other people doing the heavy lifting for me. Even where we're spending our money now. I haven't made a purchase on Amazon probably in the last 3, 4, 5 months. All my money is being spent inside curated environments, like Gilt Group and Groupon. This sports jacket, in fact, was bought on Gilt Group because a great editor there selected it and said, hey, we think you'd be into this, and they were absolutely right. So the web is moving towards a completely curated experience. The problem is the way this data, even when it's selected, for us, the way it's presented, quite frankly, sucks. This experience that we have using these web pages, it's as if we all got together and the brightest minds said, hey, let's go and let's take the metaphor of a printed page and let's paste it inside a computer screen. There's got to be a better way to present this massive amount of data, even when it is curated. And so, in thinking about better ways to do things and being inspired, a lot of engineers often turn to art. So I'd like to show you a piece of art that we agree represents the future of information. And many of you actually might have seen this before.
The fine earth.
Earth, the surface of the world as distinct from the sky or sea.
Wow. Define sea.
Sea.
Okay, so that, obviously a cartoon, it's a clip from the movie WALL-E, which geeks all around the world love. And the reason we love it is because it answers the question, do you like to watch? So that clip is from 700 years in the future. And apparently, in the future, information becomes an experience that we get to watch. As you observed in the clip, that wonderful space captain said to his computer, hey computer, I'm interested in Earth. Define Earth. And in response, the computer produced not a list of links, didn't render a page of text. It actually generated an information experience. And this information experience is what we're working so hard at Qwiki to create. Getting information in a format like that would be absolutely amazing. The challenge is that the science and the art behind bringing an experience like that to life is, up till this point, impossible. But at Qwiki, that's exactly what we're trying to do. So, you've all gone to Google before, maybe on your way to a foreign city, which is actually how I came up with the idea for Qwiki. I was on my way to Buenos Aires, and I was totally late for a flight, and very frustrated with parsing all the data that Google gave me. So you've seen Google search results before. Let's pick a different topic, not Earth, not Buenos Aires, but another one of Earth's amazing cities, Tokyo. Again, you've typed Tokyo into Google, and you've seen the list of blue links. Watch what happens when I type Tokyo into Qwiki.
Tokyo, officially Tokyo Metropolis, is one of the 47 prefectures of Japan. It is located on the eastern side of the main island Honshu and includes the Azu Islands and Ogasawara Islands. Tokyo Metropolis was formed in 1943 from the merger of the former Tokyo Prefecture in the city of...
So, what you're seeing is...
Wow.
Thank you so much. What you're seeing is a Qwiki. It's what we define as an information experience. There's a couple of key things to understand. Number one, what you watched, just like the experience we saw in Wally, was not created by human hands. No humans had to go and select those images, create the voiceover, animate the graphics that you saw. It was all generated completely by machines. Number two, and this is something that we're still working on, but we're getting better at it, the experience that you saw is completely curated. So when the Qwiki discusses the population of Tokyo, it matches it with the graphic. When it recognizes Tokyo as a location, it shows you a map with a relativistic zoom rate. And number three, the experience is completely interactive. So just to be clear, this is not a launched product yet. What you're seeing is currently in alpha. We've opened it up to about 100,000 users. But when I say interactive, so there's a map. I can actually click on it. And because it's an alpha, it's not working right now, but I'll be able to browse the map as I would any Google map. You saw a video of the, I believe it's a street corner in Tokyo later. So that video plays. It's obviously a small 3-second clip. If I were to click on it, I'll be able to play the entire video. One really important thing, though, which I don't know if you guys fully understood, is that this animation, for example, of the population, again, that was generated completely from data. And that's really one of Qwiki's core theses. So we saw some data in a piece of text describing Tokyo. It said, oh, it's got a population of 13 million, and the people per square mile are 15,000. And so we rendered a big city. Now, if you looked up my hometown, Westport, Connecticut, which is a great real estate market, you'd see that the rendering is actually totally different. We have cows and houses, because Westport's pretty rural, rather than tall skyscrapers. So that gives you a little idea of what we're starting to achieve at Qwiki. Now, one of the even more exciting aspects of interactive content is that it can place information in context. So in this Qwiki, for example, when we describe the Imperial Palace of Tokyo, we're actually able to click on the image, and our technology recognizes what's inside of it, and then I can just go ahead and click through to get a description of the Tokyo Imperial Palace.
Tokyo Imperial Palace is the main residence of the Emperor of Japan. It is a large park-like area located in Chiyoda, Tokyo, close to Tokyo Station, and contains various buildings such as...
Another important point about Qwiki is that once all the data sort of gets translated into our format, it actually becomes completely contextualized at an abstract level as well. So I just looked at the Tokyo Imperial Palace, and now Qwiki says, hey, there's a related element, which is Hirohito. And so let's see who Hirohito is.
Hirohito, also known as Emperor Sho, was the 124th Emperor of Japan according to the traditional order, reigning from December 25, 1926, until his death in 1989.
So currently, Qwiki covers about 3 million topics. We can have a little bit more fun and check out something more modern.
Megan Denise Fox is an American actress and model. She began her acting career in 2001 with several minor television and film roles, and played a recurring role on Hope and Faith.
But now our corpus of information, while it's currently limited to 3 million people, places, and things, is going to very quickly expand. Because very soon we're going to introduce an API, that's an application programming interface, which allows any third parties, whether it's an amazing website like Trulia, and I'll Pete somewhere here in the audience, or restaurant reviews or individual profiles, any data can be passed to Qwiki. Qwiki will actually analyze the data and on the fly transform it into this amazing rich media experience that's narrated, which works on any device. So for example, we could check out a great restaurant here in New York City. It's called Asiatic.
Asiatic Restaurant is an expensive Asian fusion restaurant located in the Midtown West neighborhood of New York City. Yelp users awarded it an average rating